Okay, so for the AP question, it says that when a tractor pulls a plow through an agriculture field, the energy needed to pull that plow is called the draft. A study was conducted to see whether a newly developed hitch would be able to reduce draft compared to a standard hitch. And then A says, what was the response variable in the study? Identify the treatments and what were the experimental units. So the response variable was the measurement of the draft, or the amount of draft. The treatment, which is like what you're comparing, was the standard versus new hitch. And your experimental units are the 2 plots of land because they're what's being treated. So for B, it says, given that the goal of the study is to determine whether a newly developed hitch reduces draft compared to the standard hitch, was randomization used properly in the study? Justify your answers. So yes, randomization was properly used in the study because if you read the experiment, it said that both types of hitch and the 25 drafts were randomized, which would eliminate bias. For C, it says, given that the goal of the study is to determine whether a newly developed hitch reduces draft compared to the standard hitch, was replication used properly in this study? Justify your answer. So no, replication was not used properly in this study because the treatments were only used once instead of multiple trials, which would have and if multiple trials would have eliminated the confounding variables, but since each hitch was only used on one field, replication was not used properly. And then finally, it says the plot of land is a confounding variable in this experiment. Explain why. So the plot of land is a confounding variable because the hitches were tested in 2 separate locations rather than each plot. They could have different factors affecting the amount of draft. Things like moisture, soil type, and terrain could have been different in the 2 different plots of land, so that could have affected the results. Especially because in the problem, it says in the first sentence that the draft is affected by environmental conditions such as soil type, terrain, and moisture. So, yeah, that's why the plot of land is a confounding variable.